All right, 4.6, Similarity and Transformations. This is the last section of chapter 4. So warm up, not round up. So solve for the variable round if necessary to the nearest tenth. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do cross multiply. So 3c equals 9 times 4. 3c equals 36. Divide by 3, c is 12. Okay. Over here, same idea. 35x equals 31 times 5. So 35x equals 155. Divide by 35. All right, not going to be a nice one here. So 155 divided by 35 ends up being x is 4.42. The 10th place is right here. So this 2 tells us to round down. So stay the same. Okay. Decide whether it is inductive or deductive reasoning. Each time you go to the store, you spend money. So next time you go to the store, you will spend money. Well, you're looking at a pattern from previously, so that is induction. Number 2, irrational numbers can be written as fractions. Rational numbers can be written as fractions. So 2 is a rational number. This is deductive reasoning. We're working off of facts in math. All right, now we're going to kind of tie it all together. So first we're going to plot A, B, C. So A is negative 4, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left, 1 up. Negative 2, 2. Negative 2 left, up 2, and negative 2, 1. So we have this tiny little triangle here. A, B, C. Okay? Now, notice we're doing composition. We're doing two different things. So firstly, we're going to add 5 to x and y, add 1. So in other words, we are going to move this 5 spaces to the right and 1 up. So I'm going to start with B because it's the highest one and it'll be out of the way. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right and up 1. C is going to be right underneath it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and up 1. And then A is going to go 1, 2, I got lost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I forgot to move up 1. Right there. So here's my A prime, B prime, and C prime after the first change. Now remember, if you don't like counting, you can just do the math here. You could have added 5 to this and added 1. 5 minus 4 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Add 5. 5 minus 2 is 3. 2 plus 1 is 3. Add 5. 5 minus 2 is 3. Plus 1 is 2. Your choice, whatever you understand better. Now, remember how we talked about kx and ky right here like this? Okay. It's kind of sloppy here. That means k is 2. That is my scale factor. So I'm going to multiply everything by 2. So as I said before, it's not a bad idea to get in the habit of just writing down your points. Okay, so A prime, like we said, was 5 minus 4 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. B prime, 5 minus 2 is 3. 2 plus 1 is 3. And C prime, 5 minus 2 is 3. And 1 plus 1 is 2. Now, my A double prime, B double prime, and C double prime, I am going to multiply each one of those numbers by the scale factor of 2. So 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6, and 2 times 2 is 4. So now I'm going to plot this. So 2, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There is my A double prime. 6, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's my B double prime. And 6, 4 is going to be right here. C double prime. And there is my triangle. You can see it's a little bit bigger. Now, why does it move out from there? If you remember back to when we first learned about dilations, we had this drawing, and we talked about P being here and P prime being out here. So it's kind of moving that direction, up and to the right. That's how it works. Example 2, graph CD with endpoints negative 2, 2. So left 2, up 2. And D, 2, 2. So right 2, up 2. So here's C, here's D. Now, 90 degrees about the origin. All right? So I'm going to write down, just to make life easier, C prime, D prime. Now remember, 90 degrees, we're going to flip them, change positions, and the Y is going to become negative. So this is going to come to the front and become negative 2. The negative 2 moves over here and stays the same. This again is going to move to the front and become negative, and the 2 stays the same. It just moves position. So negative 2, and negative 2, positive 2, which is going to be a repeat right there. So there's C prime and D prime. Now, let's identify my scale factor. K is 1/2. So I'm going to multiply everything to get my double prime points by 1/2. So half of negative 2 is negative 1, and half of positive 2 is positive 1. So here's that. And now I'm going to change colors. Negative 1 is right here, and negative 1, positive 1 is right here. This is my C double prime, and this is my D double prime. Right there. All right, here we go. Describe a similarity transformation that maps trapezoid PQRS onto trapezoid WXYZ. So let's think about this. If you think about point R, okay, it's kind of kicking out to the right. The same point Y, remember if we do this, PQRS, another strategy to help you line up, is pointing the other direction. So really we need to reflect this over this direction so that it's backwards. Okay? So if I do that, R prime is going to stay right here because it's on the axis. So I'm going to reflect over Y. Now, S is 6 spaces away, so S prime will be 6 spaces away from Y. Q is 3 spaces away to the negative side, so this is going to be 3 spaces away over here for Q prime, and P is right above S, so P prime is going to be right there. Now, this is the same shape, okay, changed by a reflection. Now, let's look at my final points. W, X, Y, Z, to see if we can see the math that's going on. So W is at 1, 1. X is at, W is at 2, 1. X is at 1, 1. My mistake. Y is at 0, negative 1. And Z is at 2, negative 1. Now, where are we right now with P prime, Q prime, R prime, S prime? and see if that helps us, because obviously we want to shrink it, but we got to figure out the factor. So P prime is at 6, 3. Q prime is at 3, 3. R prime is at 0, negative 3. And S prime is at 6, negative 3. Look at these numbers and think, how can I change a 6 into a 2 the same way I can change a 3 into a 1? Or negative 3 into a negative 1, a 6 into a negative, negative 3 into a negative 1, okay? I need to divide by 3. So my next transformation is a dilation where K is equal to 1/3. If I divide all these numbers here by 3 or multiply by 1/3, I'll get those numbers. So step 1 was reflect over y. Step 2 was to dilate it and make it smaller because my K is less than 1. And here's my exit ticket. What about another way to do it? So think of something else that might get it there, and we can talk about it in class.